Hi Taurus, and welcome. This is your general scope for the week of April 17, 2017. So please pardon me, I have allergies today. I did take an allergy medicine, so I wouldn't be sneezing my head off and, disrupting the whole scope and everything. So try not to scratch my nose and so on and so forth. And I also have a cold sore, and that's also wonderful. So I wasn't going to show my face today, but some people would rather have it that way, since I'm also explaining things. Because other than that, I was just going to show the cards, but I got stuff to explain before I start this, your reading. So, let me see. Today is April 11th, and this is the first night of the pink full moon. And this full moon is in Libra, and that's the sign of relationships. So this is about relationship time and goals as well, and desires, so on and so forth. I'm not going to go into detail. Some astrologers explain things a lot differently, but I'm not going to go into detail about it because this is more for the April 17th, the week of April 17th, your general scope. What else did I have to say? And okay, I go into detail about Mercury in retrograde in the week of April 10th, general scope. And just another thing I want to add, and I should have just done a whole spiel on just a video itself about Mercury in retrograde, but let me see. So I'm not going to go into detail about it, but this is something I just want to add. So if you do have to have something to do with contracts, like you can't help but sign a contract during the Mercury in retrograde. You can't help it, like you really need that job, or you really do have to move and get your own place, so on and so forth. You want to be able to read the fine print, read it and reread it, because there will be miscommunications going on with that. So you want to be very thorough when you do sign a contract when Mercury is in retrograde. I think that was about it. Let's get started with you, shall we? Okay, Taurus. Okay, so you have three major arcanas in your spread. Universe is trying to tell you something. Pay close attention to the major arcanas. First off, we start off with a death card. Don't be freaked out about this. It's just saying, and it's inevitable. Death is inevitable. My goodness, I'm just starting and I can't talk. So something needs to die, fall away, leave behind, let it die at the beginning of the week. But like I say, I don't necessarily read the cards that way. Energy does flow. So this is something that's inevitable, needs to die, fall away, let it go, let it happen. This brings about new and better things ahead for you. So it's not just an ending, it is a beginning as well. Okay? May feel like you're grieving at the time, because it is like death. You're grieving. It could be any kind of situation, anything. It could be anything that happens that needs to die, fall away. Could be a relationship that's inevitable to just break up. It could be a good friendship as well, or some type of friendship. Maybe a job. It could be anything. So whatever your situation is, something just needs to die, fall away, let it go. It does bring out better beginnings for you. So it is a card it's a major transition that needs to happen for you. Next card we have is the Emperor card. This is like a father figure to you. Maybe somebody who you go to for advice. Basically, that's what this says. He is a ruler. He is high up there. He is very mature. He's very experienced. Wouldn't be in this position if he wasn't. But it could be like your manager, supervisor, so on and so forth. But it could be someone who you go to for advice because you highly regard this person. What else is going on with this card? You could be going to this person for fatherly advice as well. I can't say anything else. But it does come up mainly as as a father figure. All right. It is a 4 card as well, so it is a card of stability. So something else I just want to add to this card as well. You could be in a stable place at this time after whatever happened did die and fall away. But it could be you probably in a powerful position as well. Maybe if it's job wise, then maybe you got promoted. So that's another thing with the death card. Maybe that old job died, fell away, and now you're promoted to another. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing as well. So maybe that happened for you. Or you could just be feeling quite confident of yourself as well. Quite powerful at the beginning of the week as well. So that's something else to be said about that card. Major Arcana again, so pay close attention to that. Next card we have is the Ace of Swords. Maybe some new ideas coming to you for this week. Some truth probably coming for you at this time of the week as well. This is coming about midweek. What else does this card say? It's a card of truth. I think I already said that. It's a card of thinking and communicating. So maybe a new way of thinking, new way of communicating as well. Maybe you have to becoming an emperor and all, if that is you and that speaks to you. The other thing I like to say, it is a card about new beginnings. So it is maybe a new way of thinking, new way of communicating to other people, but it is a card of new beginnings as well. It is also a victory card because we have that on top there. It is a victory card. It is a card of success as well. What other meaning that this is aces is a yes card. So whatever questions I do not answer, it is a yes to. Next card we have is the Judgment card. The only thing I have to say about this, just remember it is Major Arcana. You want to pay close attention to that. This is a card about rebirth and second chances. So some kind of second chances is coming around for you. It could be a relationship. It could be a job. Could just be regarding anything. Could be a friendship as well. Maybe something from the past coming back up to you and having a second chance at it. Next card we have is the Ten of Cups. Very good card. This is a card of completion, emotional completion, emotional bliss. This is a happy home, happy family life. What else is going on? This is also a happily ever after card. So basically a completion card, but it could be about emotional completion as well. Emotional bliss at this time. This is a weekend card, like a Friday. So maybe many invitations coming to you to go out and emotionally enjoy yourself. It's emotional joy. It is joy. Can't say enough about this card, but it is a happily ever after. So happy home, happy family life. It's so emotional bliss at this time. Okay, but it is a card of completion, regardless if it is emotional or not. It is a card of completion as well. Next card we have, okay, why do we have this? This is the Nine of Swords. This has come up for you guys before. It's about sleepless nights and anxieties, worry. These are all your worries right here. But yet, it is a card, okay, because I look at the numbers as trimesters, like in a pregnancy. So 1 to 3 months is the first trimester, so on and so forth. This is like the third trimester, the last 3 months of pregnancy. And so this is coming close to a completion. Not quite as of yet, but it is a card coming really close to completion. So something is going on for you to cause you to worry. It is a card of fear as well. It's all fear-based. These are all worries. These are all fear-based. So whatever it is that's keeping you up at night with worry, fear, anxiety, just insomnia, something's going on here. And I can't understand why. And it could be with that death card that we started the week off with. It could be related to that. But we're coming close to an end. This is all thought-based as well. It's all in your thoughts, all in your head that's doing this to you. But being Mercury in retrograde, you want to be careful of that as well. The way you think, the way you communicate, the way you react to other people as well, how they think and communicate towards you. So I just want to reiterate that with the Mercury in retrograde as well, and with all these things going on at this time. But it is all thought based. Some of you guys can't help it. Some of you guys maybe on sleeping medication, maybe antidepressants as well to help you out with this. So just want to kind of get into that kind of as well. So the last card we have is the card of the Two of Pentacles or the Two of Coins, and it is about balance, having a lot on your plate, juggling a lot of things around as well. But the only thing is, to other people you make it look easy, and that's what this card is all about. I mean, he does not make it look hard. He juggles quite professionally as well. So, but it is a card about balance, and I think what it's trying to tell you is that regardless of what's going on, how much you have on your plate, whatever you're juggling around, you always have time and room for love, and you also have time for family. Yeah, you always have time for friends, and so on and so forth. Because with the coins, I don't only take it as a message of finances, and it could be juggling your finances as well for some of you. But I also relate it to as time, something of value, something that that means so much to you. So regardless of what's going on, you always have room and time for something. Okay, because it is a card about balance. You don't want to be so consumed by your job you don't have room for anybody else, or so time consumed with your time you don't have time for anybody else. I mean, it's always nice to have making room and making time for you is also another thing. You always have time for you. Okay, so just a little something there. So let's kind of reiterate here. Something needs to die, fall away at the beginning of the week. It is something that's inevitable. So something dying, falling away, leaving it behind, just letting it go. So you have room for a new beginning. So it's not just about an ending; it's about a new beginning as well, bringing something new to the table for you. You could be dealing with a father figure, some type of ruler. At the beginning of the week as well. Somebody maybe you go to for advice, or it could be fatherly advice, but advice nonetheless. Or it could be you feeling quite confident, feeling quite stable and powerful at the beginning of the week as well. That could be you. Then you could have some kind of spark or idea at the beginning of the week, some kind of creativity. I wouldn't say quite creativity, but some kind of thought, a beginning thought, planting the seed of something at the beginning of the week as well. It is a card of victory. You have victory on your side. There's some truth maybe coming to you at some time, maybe about midweek as well. And it is a yes card, so whatever questions I did not answer, it is a yes to as well. So you have some kind of victory going on though. Then you have rebirth and second chances coming to you about midweek, later week as well. Somebody from your past could be coming in and having a second chance at something. It could be job related, it could be friendship related, could be romantic related, I just don't know, but there you have a second chance at something about later week. And I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that you could have probably got a promotion as well during the beginning of the week as well. So I just want to put that out there. And then you have happy home, happy family life, a happily ever after card. It's a card of completion. There's emotional bliss about the weekend. Could be an invite from somebody as well, a friendship, a romantic partner, inviting to go do something, go on a date, or just spend time with each other. And then again, you have this anxiety card coming up, full of worry, full of fear. We're coming to the end of that though, but something is causing you to worry. It is all fear based. It is all thought based as well. So but you could be put on medication for insomnia, for antidepressants as well. Some people could be on that, but we're coming to the end of something, but something that causes you to be fear-based as well, with worry, anxieties. Okay, we got that going on. And at the end of the week, and that's about weekend. But at the end of the week, you're juggling some stuffs around, some things around. Have a lot on your plate, but you make it look easy. This is a card of balance, but so you want to be able to make sure that regardless of what's going on, you don't overdo it. You always make room for or time for yourself, for friends and family. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the reading. I thank you for watching. I bid you a very great week. Not too bad. You got some very good cards in there. I'll see you guys next week. And just remember, it takes two to tarot, and I bid you aloha.